when excuses are no longer enough to quiet the pain, when blame no longer hides the truth. And the truth is this: your life is your responsibility. Your story is your burden to carry and your privilege to write, and no one is coming to rescue you. No miracle is going to land in your lap and fix everything. You must rise with trembling hands if you must, with tears in your eyes if you must, with nothing but your will left intact. Because this world will not hand you peace or purpose or greatness, but it will hand you endless chances to build it yourself if you're brave enough to take them. And if you've been knocked down, betrayed, fired, dumped, lost, broken, overlooked, good, because now you know how it feels to be tested. And the ones who rise from that pain are the ones the world can't ignore, not because they had the best start, but because they had the most relentless mindset. Because when the ground gave out beneath them, they grew wings. When the door slammed shut, they built new ones. When the world said you can't, they smiled and whispered, "Watch me." And I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you failed 100 times. Because failure is not the enemy, quitting is. And you're not done, not yet. Because you have more left inside you than you've even begun to tap into. And if no one ever told you that, hear it now. You are capable of becoming someone extraordinary. Someone dangerous in the best way. Someone who sets the tone, changes the game, rewrites the rules. And that version of you is not hidden behind years or luck or talent. It's behind discomfort, behind effort, behind showing up when you don't feel like it, behind late nights, early mornings, endless discipline, ruthless consistency, and unbreakable self-belief. And don't tell me you can't. Tell me you're scared, because we've all been scared. But fear is the compass pointing toward the thing you must do. And the only way out of your doubt is through it, through action, through movement. Because clarity doesn't come before the journey, it's the reward for walking forward anyway. Why? And yes, people will doubt you, laugh at you, ignore your let them, because your success will be loud enough in the end. And it won't be because of some secret or shortcut. It'll be because of how you trained your mind to stay sharp when others dulled theirs with comfort. How you forced yourself to keep going when your body screamed stop. How you stood tall when the world tried to bury you. And if that makes you the villain in someone's story, so be it. Because you weren't born to play small to make others comfortable. You weren't meant to dim your light so they don't feel insecure. Weren't meant to shine. And not everyone will understand your fire. But that's because it wasn't lit for them. And this journey will cost you your old self, your laziness, your bad habits, your need for approval, but it will give you something no one can ever take from you again. A sense of who you really are, a pride that runs deep, a knowing that you rebuilt yourself from the ashes, that you rose when staying down was easier. And that's where confidence comes from. Not fake affirmations, but proof from the war stories of battles you fought alone. And when people say you've changed, thank them. Because that was the point. You were never meant to stay the same. Never meant to remain in that version of you that played safe, avoided discomfort, feared rejection. Because the truth is, growth feels like pain at first, but it becomes freedom later. And if you want to be great, if you want to be respected, remembered, and truly fulfilled, you must let go of the person you were to become the person you're meant to be. And that won't happen by chance. It happens by choice, daily, hourly, minute by minute, in the way you carry yourself, speak to yourself, discipline yourself, and in how you respond when life punches you in the mouth. Because it will, again and again. And the only way to win is to punch back harder, not with violence, but with vision, with action, with unstoppable belief. And the time for hesitation is over. The time for pity is done, because every second you waste wishing things were different is a second you could have spent making them different. And I know you're tired. I know it feels like you've been fighting forever. But imagine the regret of giving up now when you're so close to becoming everything you were born to be. Imagine looking back at your life and realizing you played it's safe and ended up average, when deep down you knew you had more, and this world doesn't need more people who fit in. It needs people who stand out, who rise above, who show others what's possible, not with words, but with their life. And if you become that person, if you commit, no matter what, you will shock yourself. You will do things you never thought possible. You will look in the mirror one day and not even recognize the strong, disciplined, focused, relentless human staring back at you. And in that moment, you'll realize it was worth every sleepless night, every painful fall, every lonely decision, because you built yourself into something no one can break again.